Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. Welcome back, 10:33. I forgot what time it was on my own show. Getting dangerous today, guys. An exploding XLR and everything else ain't going to stop Tim Brown and Dustin Dixon from stopping by. How are we doing, man? So, fill me in on this. Riverbend Patriots, you guys got some cool new shirts. So, can we pick those up for purchase that you got?
We will very soon. We will be able to.
Very, very soon. And, man, you are looking sharp over there in that collared shirt.
Hold on, I got to do the...
He is presidential material in that collared shirt, Dustin. Now, who did your shirts, man?
So those shirts were done by Silkworm.
Okay.
We did that for the Memorial Day Parade. And then Logo It did these, and we actually, as soon as we're done here, we're going to go pay a check to the Attorney General's office for the attorney for the non-for-profit. And then we're going to go meet with Logo It, and they have offered to do an online store for us, absolutely free to purchase those shirts.
Wow. There you go. Wonderful. Well, and, you know, since we talked last, how's everything grown? How's everything gone, too? Uh-oh.
It's exploded, which is phenomenal. It's great. We couldn't ask for anything better. So,
were you expecting it serious? Because we've talked about the need for it, but it normally takes about a year or two for the public to understand what you're doing. But it doesn't seem like that.
I wasn't expecting it.
It has taken off way quicker and more. But I'm well, both Dustin and I and Brad and everybody else that's involved is hugely ecstatic that it's taken off as much as it has.
Wonderful. And now, fill us in for the folks that aren't aware what you guys are doing up on the 5th floor? Seventh floor. That's right. Wonderful room, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Well, within the first week, we outgrew the space, and we actually got another office. So Dustin has his own office. I have my own office. We have the lobby and the lounge.
That's wonderful. And now, what can folks go up and expect up at Riverbend Patriots in that building?
Healing fellowship.
VA assistance.
Yep.
Help with rides to the doctors, hospitals. It's a multitude of things. I mean, the list, it's more what we don't do.
That is a good way to put it.
Well, it really is. And I mean, just to be able to have a spot where somebody could go that maybe is unsure or just quite frankly defeated, because there's so many. I used to do a talk show. That was my first show in St. Louis, was a veteran show about the VA. And even though it was getting better, there were still so many hoops and so many hurdles and things that weren't up to speed yet that they were trying to address. And, you know, just to be able to have that extension to say, hey, guys, here's what I'm going through. Don't know if you're going through this, or do you have any advice, anything you can direct me to? That's huge.
Yeah. Well, we have quite a few that just call and they don't need anything. They just want to come up and hang out and talk. They don't need any really assistance other than just someone to listen to.
Yeah.
And how many is your office always open at this point? Pretty much.
It is.
If we're not there, our phone numbers are up there. You can call us, and we'll either talk to you over the phone, or we'll come down and meet with you.
That's wonderful. And now, with that being said, too, with your guys' connections and, you know, VFWs and all the things that you do in the veterans community and just the first responders community, too, has it been, you know, one of those things where people are just reaching out from past organizations saying, hey, how are we on the team here?
So, since we've started, March 3rd, whatever, we have helped roughly 35 veterans.
Wow. That's huge.
A few reservist and guard members from the Missouri and Illinois National Guard. And then, let's see here, probably 5 or 6 first responders, and that varies between fire, EMS, law enforcement. So,
well, and honestly, take me through just a couple of those experiences for you guys, too, because, I mean, you know, Tim, you're working all the time, too, and Dustin, you are, too, but, you know, I can only imagine the work that you do in the Riverbend Patriots is one that really doesn't feel like work, because just how passionate both of you are. And not patronizing because you're here, but you guys are really passionate about this.
We love doing it.
Yeah.
We love doing it.
It's our job to take care of...
Makes it easier.
Yeah. It's our job to take care of veterans, take care of first responders, take care of each other, because nobody else is coming to rescue us except for us.
You're right.
And we bridge that gap between us and the VA and some of the other things, and it has taken off.
What are some of the issues that veterans are facing here that you guys have helped with already?
Drug addiction, homelessness.
Suicide's a big one.
Suicide is a freaking huge one. So that, and just Food. Dustin's given out. We've got a food bank upstairs, a food pantry, I should say, and between him and I, we've given out a lot of food.
Yeah.
It's amazing to me, though, that we don't. We always talk about helping people, and you hear the government officials every 4 years in an election cycle saying we're going to tackle this and this and this, and it gets so damn boring.
It's just all
tired.
horseshit.
It is. It's horseshit.
Yeah.
But to hear that a veteran is going through homelessness or a veteran's experiencing a food crisis and can't eat. That's unthinkable and should never even be the case.
It shouldn't.
I mean,
It should
it's
not.
it's disgusting. Honestly, we don't have a program federally that says, "Here, when you come back home, you're taken care of."
Right.
At least in that aspect. But it's nice to know that you guys are at least stepping up to the plate here locally, and we can help support that too and donate to your food bank, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And we just got today. We opened up the mail and we've got our tax exempt status. So all that good jazz, and we are taking donations as much as we can to facilitate those things. And also, we're still taking donations for the wall coming up, too.
Absolutely. And now, when's the wall coming up, just while we're on the topic?
September 27th, it comes in. We do the escort, and then it'll be set up at the airport in Bethalto from the 27th through the 29th.
29th, yep.
Wonderful. And is that during their fly-in festival, too?
Correct.
That's huge. And honestly, every time I see that wall being brought in, and Sydney told me last year how awesome it was to see that procession and just be a part of it. And we'll talk about that as we get closer and closer to it, too, because we still got a little bit of time. But throughout the next couple of months, what are you guys looking to be doing, just Riverbend Patriot-wise as a whole?
So, oddly enough, I leave tomorrow morning to go to D.C.
For what?
Oh, to make connections and do some things.
Wonderful, man. Good for you.
Go out, visit a few Army friends and make some connections and do some things. So, yeah.
If you ever get a bureaucrat over there, tell them I need a grant for some media because they're always giving them to Fox and CNN. You know, they got enough damn money. Give it to a local guy.
We just need to grow you some more.
Yeah, that's right. Well, and as we continue down this road, if a veteran's needing something, do they just pick up the phone and just talk to you and say, "Here's what I'm experiencing," or what's that first phone call kind of look like?
It varies.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just depends on what their needs are. It's a lot of them. It's hard for them to reach out. It's hard for veterans to reach out because, especially Dustin and I are both infantry guys. He was in the Marine Corps and I was in the Army, and taught to be self-reliant and more of a we don't ask for help. So it's kind of hard for guys to ask for help.
It's hard to get past that barrier sometimes.
Yeah.
Like you said, no one wants to say, "Hey, I'm in the dumps."
Yeah.
But please do. We've been there.
But
No-
once they
no
do
one's
make that
gonna
call,
judge
it absolutely no judgment. And once they make that call and we get past that initial, I guess, shock or whatever, they usually open up.
When you rip the Band-Aid off,
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Well, and I think it's a lot different whenever a veteran's calling you guys than a different organization because, they're talking to someone who's walked down the road.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
that's huge. You got to have that connecting piece and say, we've been there, we've done that, and let's see what we can do to help you. And, going forward, have you had community organizations like, just mental health organizations try to reach out, partner with? I am just nailing it. So I'm reading minds today. Lottery
we didn't
numbers
even
are
have bullet points
714 and Powerball number's 10.
I'm gonna go play that. So we have partnered with the Alton Police Department and Sacred Spaces. So
Great organization, by the way.
right, and we met with them. What was it? Back in July? Or, I'm sorry, April.
Okay.
Back in April, and so if a veteran or first responder is experiencing a crisis, they will reach out to us, and we'll go hopefully mitigate that so it doesn't get any further. And same thing with the Madison County Sheriff's Department. We met with Sheriff Connor and Chief Polito, and to do the exact same thing for the entirety of Madison County. And the big thing is it doesn't help for a veteran if they call for crisis. And if they've got a job, it doesn't help because if they end up getting put into an involuntary psych hold for 72 hours, that individual may or may not have just lost their job because they can't call in, they can't do anything, they may not show up for work.
Now their life's even worse.
Exactly.
Than it was.
And now they've just lost money, so they're not able to pay groceries or rent or make that car payment. So with that, hopefully we can,
Mitigate that.
yep, and
And prevent the crisis from getting quite greater, too.
Yeah.
hopefully.
Yeah.
But if it has, then obviously there's nothing that we can do.
Right. And now I wanted to ask you about this because, when I hate to, when my brother, I hate to do this, but when my brother was coming back from Afghanistan, even though I was younger, I didn't know as a family member, how to be there, as even younger,
Sure.
I don't know if my parents went through that too, but, just me kind of thinking on that aspect of, how do us as loved ones, support somebody that's coming back from combat? How do we support someone that's not even, maybe not combat, but just active service? Is there anything that you guys can kind of fill us in on, or any type of work you're going to do for family, maybe a support system that way going forward?
I mean, the family's serving too.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
their daughter, son is over there, and they're worried to death, about them, just as well as that person's worried about themselves and their family back home. So I mean, to me, they need help and support just as much as the service member.
I've never thought of it that way, to be honest with you.
I mean, they're over here,
Spouses.
not knowing what the heck you're doing or if you're even alive.
Yeah.
'Cause you can't just pick up the phone and call them.
Well, and that's something I didn't even think of. I mean, that's a huge point. You're right. I mean, there's worry on the home front too.
Right.
But could someone come call you? I mean, I hate to throw out situations, but just because you never know if it
absolutely.
helps somebody. If
Sure.
someone says, "Hey, I don't know what to do. My son, my husband,
Absolutely.
can I give you a call and see?"
Yes.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Absolutely.
This is really cool. I mean, you guys are really hitting on something that's needed, because it's not these programs, that these initiatives are things that, the government should be doing for their veterans that just they don't have funding, or they just want to go, pay for something else that's quite frankly not worth it. And the fact that you're doing it here locally it's really big. And now, what's the phone number, real quick, before we take a quick break and keep talking? What's the phone number they call?
So my phone number is 618-447-9996. And then
618-960-9594. Anytime.
We'll take a quick break. Riverbend Patriots aren't going anywhere, though. We're talking a little bit more about this right after this. Get over here on RiverBender.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
DJ Mike Keith. This is where I am today. Let me show you where I started.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Mungan Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Mungan Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Mungan Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasillo on RiverBender.com.
Man, Tim's firing me up before my presentation. I'm ready to go now. I got to present to the North Alton Godfrey Business Council. We need to get you guys out there.
Yeah.
That would be really cool. Did you guys do that? Tim, would you guys go, Dustin, present there?
what's that?
North Alton Godfrey Business Council, if I hooked that up. Man,
absolutely.
we'd love to hear about that.
Yeah.
There you go, Zeke J. Bush. How about that for you today?
Well, we're also looking at joining the the East End Improvement Association and some of the other things, just not a Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, no, you don't need a Chamber of Commerce for that. And that's what I mean. This would be really cool just to go present and say, here's what we're doing.
Yep.
Yeah, I love it. And now getting back to this, and we had a very detailed conversation about everything going right. What are some of the things that you can do? Because we've talked about what's a gauntlet service if you need something, but let's just say if someone's having issues scheduling appointments with the VA or even just getting connected to a provider, a care provider, what do you guys do to help them kind of get down that avenue?
We both have personal contacts that work there, and so we can kind of maybe sometimes hopefully bypass the whole calling the 1-888 or whatever number, and kind of hot route them.
Yeah. Well, and that way, that's what I think is the big call to action here is, I mean, even though it's great that if anybody started this, it'd be a great thing, but you guys truly have connections to help that veteran expedite processes quicker than they could on their own.
And they're more and more are just coming to us, hey, we have this. Here's our information. If you need XYZ, call us.
Yeah.
So the networking is just spiraling.
Well, it really is, man. And what I think's cool is that you're leaving the doors open, because we all know that crises and those things hit you, and you don't have a schedule for them. It could be 1:30 in the morning, and all of a sudden shit hits the fan. Unfortunately, I hate to say it that way, but we've all experienced that. Your door's open to give you a call and say, hey, I just need to go talk to somebody. You're more than willing to open that door up and say, come on in, brother, let's talk.
We've done it
several times.
And that's what's amazing to me, because even though you're saying here's 35 veterans helped in not even a few months, it's just eye-opening to me that many veterans could or are potentially already in a crisis standpoint in some way, shape, or form, or maybe just in a little bit of a hang-up. And it's just amazing to me, and it opens my eyes to the problem that is in the community.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And that's, so like, one of the things that we all truly believe in is the healing and the fellowship and the camaraderie.
Yeah.
And so we try to do events to bring guys together and girls together as far as service members go. And one of the last ones we just did was the Memorial Day Parade. We went and we hold the record now for having the most military vehicles in the Memorial Day Parade.
How many did you have?
7.
Shit, yeah.
We had
That's
10.
Wonderful.
We had 10, but a few of them have backed out. But we had the gun truck 1.
Nice.
Big shout out to Bob Crippen, who provided those vehicles for us. And
Absolutely.
lets us use them. The 5-ton, JR, who brought his deuce and a half with his family and let veterans ride in it. And
it was a great turnout.
It was for our first time doing it, our first year. Dustin's been in it before, but it was I was a Memorial Day virgin. But we got to do some things, and we talked with the East End Improvement Association. I just do want to clear the air on some things right there real quick. They kind of took credit for doing the opening ceremonies, and they didn't.
Okay.
So we had asked them, have you ever done an opening ceremony before? Why wouldn't you, for honoring our nation's dead and those things? And they hadn't. So in about a matter of 15 minutes, I had a young lady set up to do the national anthem. Apologize. Had a flyover set up, and our fireworks vendor had set up to do a 21-gun salute with the 2.5-inch star clusters. And so in a matter of 15 minutes, I think it was, we had that set up.
Good clarification.
So
That's cool.
I'm a really big advocate of give credit where credit is due. So
Yeah.
but I just wanted to clear that up, that the Riverbend Patriots set that up.
That's wonderful, and honestly, great clarification too, and just to clear the air on that. And going forward throughout the summer, is there anything events-wise that you guys have planned? Any meetups for veterans, anything like that?
So for us and whatnot, we're going to do a little party up on the rooftop for July 3rd for the folks that are involved. And then coming July, we've got might be looking at maybe doing a little ruck march, just to kind of train up. Eventually, we'd like to do something with Grafton.
Yeah.
Reach out to them for their new memorial that they're doing.
That looks really cool. I can't wait for that to be done.
And then come September 13th, we actually got reached out after the Memorial Day Parade. The East Dalton Wood River School District reached out to us to honor veterans on September 13th and to bring in some vehicles. And so we're kind of doing a call out to veterans to be able to honor them on the football game, or at the football game, September 13th. And to see that, we meet with them today, at 1:30?
1:30 today.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
We're going to meet with the superintendent for that, and then obviously the wall.
And that's on the 27th through the 29th.
Yes.
Of September. And now going forward, just one more time, can you guys give that phone number out again if a veteran needs you, right now or in the future? What's the best way to do it?
My phone number is 618-960-9594.
And mine is 618-447-9996.
All I know is that you guys are pretty much kicking ass and taking names right now, and it's because you got to be passionate about what you do. Because every idea is great when you think of it, but it's about implementing the idea that the tough part comes in, and you guys are just conquering. Keep up the great work. If you need to come on the show and fill us in on an event, anything you're more than welcome to.
Yes,
Thank you.
We'll take a quick break here at 10:53, and then we'll come back, wrap up this Tuesday morning because I got to boogie on down to the North Alton Godfrey Business Council and tell them how great this show is.